I'd like to read. A while ago, a clergy member of mine asked me something that stuck with me for a really long time. He said, "Are you looking at your faith through the lens of your politics, or are you looking at your politics through the lens of your faith?" I have so much violence in my inbox for calling for an end to violence. Just let that sit for a second. I have so much violence in my inbox because I called for an end to violence, including from one of my very own colleagues on this dais. But sadly, this kind of rhetoric feels very familiar to me. I've spent my entire adult life in the social justice movement in one way or another. And through every fight, I have seen and experienced a pattern. In the immigrant rights movement, I have seen the dehumanization of my own community. Through the Black Lives Matter movement, I saw the dehumanization of Black folks, especially Black men. During the fight against the Keystone Pipeline, I saw the dehumanization of Indigenous folks. Right now, as we work to address our housing crisis, I am watching the dehumanization of our unhoused residents. There was an attempt here today to dehumanize the students. And this last week alone in my emails, I have seen the dehumanization of Palestinians, even after more than 34,000 souls have been taken. Dehumanizing only serves to help us feel better about enacting bad or even dangerous policies that disproportionately impact Black and brown folks. I want to see an end to violence, and I want to see my tax dollars stop going to aid the violence. It enrages me that there's always money for war, but never enough money for our poor. The difficult and beautiful thing about this job is that if you allow it to, it will expand your capacity for empathy. Learning is a way great to exercise your empathy muscle. Because of this, I have enough capacity to care deeply about what is happening in my own city and work very hard to address it. I don't think you know how hard most of these folks up here work on researching possible solutions to the very issues facing our community. I also have enough capacity to care and be torn to shreds by the violence I am literally watching unfold in Gaza. The emails I could actually get through had a clear ask. Just please denounce Hamas. And I do. I denounce Hamas. What happened on October 7th was violent and horrific. And I also denounce the horrific violence that Palestinian people have had to endure by the Israeli government every single day since October 7th for 7 months. With my vote today, I make two commitments. One, to continue to speak out about the need for a ceasefire, ensure the violence, trauma, and hunger stops for Palestinians and the Israeli hostages and their families. And two, to firmly stand against anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, especially this election year, but certainly beyond. Sir, Peter, I look forward to having more conversations with you. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. And again, I just want to also reiterate any resolution or anything that comes forth, we are